Good morning students, welcome to all of you here in this video tutorial, and today I am going to explain about the northern mountains. In my previous video tutorial I have already explained about our country India, and on the basis of its physical features India can be divided into 5 main regions. How many main regions? 5 main regions. Number 1, the northern mountains. Number 2, the northern plains. Number 3, the Deccan Plateau. Number 4, the coastal plains and islands. Number 5th and the last one is the western desert. Now come here, let's start with the northern mountains. Number 1. Now just look at the map here. The northern mountains stretch like a great wall across the northern and the northeast part of our country. Here it includes the Karakoram, Ladakh and the Himalayan range of mountains. They are the highest mountain range in the world. Yes, highest mountain range in the world. The Himalayan extend for 2500 kilometers from Jammu and Kashmir in the north to Arunachal Pradesh in the northeast. It is about 450 kilometers wide in Kashmir and narrows down to about 160 kilometers in the northeast. And you know one more important fact, it is the word Himalaya in Sanskrit means abode of snow. What it means? Abode of snow. A large part of Himalayan range is covered with snow throughout the year. 9 of the 10 highest mountain peaks in the world are in the Himalayan range. How much? 9 of the 10 highest mountain peaks. And highest mountain peak in the world is Mount Everest in Nepal. Where it is? In Nepal. And what's the name? Mount Everest. It is 8,848 meters high. The Himalayas consist of 3 mountain ranges that run parallel to each other. How many mountain ranges? 3 mountain ranges. Number 1, the Himadri or the Greater Himalayas. Number 2, the Himachal or the Middle Himalayas. Number 3, the Shivalik or the Outer Himalayas. Now let's start. First come with the Himadri or Greater Himalayas. Let's begin with the number 1. This is the northernmost range, which is the northernmost range of the Himalaya. It is the highest of the 3 range and contains all the highest peaks. But it contains all the highest peaks, including Mount Everest. Mount peaks in the Himadri remain permanently covered with snow. Yes, it is permanently covered with snow. Kanchenjunga and Annapurna. Which one? Kanchenjunga and Annapurna are 2 of the highest mountain peaks of these ranges. Kanchenjunga is about 8,586 meters. How much? 8,586 meters in the highest peak in India. Yes, it is the highest peak in India. Which one? Kanchenjunga. And you know what? Several rivers such as Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, Indus, Satluj. Yes, these rivers such as Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, Indus, Satluj arise from the Himadri. They arise from moving sheets of ice called glaciers, or you can say that, what do you understand by glaciers? Moving sheets of ice called glaciers. The river Ganga starts from the Gangotri glacier. Where it starts? It starts from the Gangotri glacier. Got it? Now comes to the second one. Second one is the Himachal or Middle Himalayas. Yes, the Himachal or Middle Himalayas. The Himachal range lies to the south of the Himadri range. Where it lies? The Himachal range lies to the south. Where it lies? South of the Himadri range. The mountains are not as high as in the Himadri range. This region consists of forest covered mountain range and fertile. What it consists? Forest covered mountain range and fertile and beautiful valleys also. Only some peaks are covered with snow throughout the year. Yes, only some peaks. Most people live in hill town such as Mussoorie, Shimla and Darjeeling. Yes, hill towns also here just like Mussoorie, Shimla and Darjeeling. And valleys also such as Srinagar, Nainital, Kangra. Yes. Comes to the next one, and the third one is the Shivalik or outer Himalayas. Which one? The third one, the Shivalik or outer Himalayas. The southernmost and the lowest range. Which one? Southernmost, and this one, the lowest range of the Himalayas is the Shivalik. The slopes are covered with thick forest. Which is covered? It is covered with thick forest which are home to a variety of wild animals. Yes, home of wild animals. Variety of wild animals. The area at the foothills of the Shivalik range is called the Terai region. What it called? The area at the foothills. Which area? The area at the foothills of the Shivalik range is called the Terai region. Yes, it receives heavy rainfall and land is very fertile. And you know what? The government has made several protected forest areas such as the Corbett National Park and the Kaziranga National Park. Which one? Corbett National Park and the Kaziranga National Park to stop deforestation and protect animals. Planting of trees is also being taken up. All three understand. The number one, the Himadri or Greater Himalayas. The number two, the Himachal or Middle Himalayas. And the last one is the Shivalik or Outer Himalayas. Now comes to the next point. Why Himalayas are very useful, or what is the importance of Himalayas, or why they are very important for us. The Himalayas are very important for our country. Yes, the Himalayas are very important, very important for our country, and they help us in many ways. Why? Come here. Number one, the Himalayas act like a wall. What it act? It act like a wall on our northern borders and protect our from enemies. Yes, and it protect our country from enemies. Number two, they also protect us from cold wind. Yes, it protects us from cold winds blowing from Central Asia. Those winds which are blowing from Central Asia, Himalayas protect us from those winds. Number three, the Himalayas stop the monsoon winds from going further north and thus bring heavy rainfall to the northern plains of India. Yes, stop monsoon winds here. So that's why heavy rainfall to the northern plains of India. Number fourth, they also a source of wood, medicine and other useful things. Yes, the forests in the Himalayan regions are also home of several wild animals. They provide us with water and make our land fertile. Several rivers originate in the Himalayas, so that's why they provide us with water and make our land fertile. Dams built over these rivers provide us with electricity. Yes, dams also built over there on these rivers, and these dams provide us with electricity. Now, thank you all of you.